us only the opportunity to have quality education, but also pave way for us to proceed to higher education with confidence. Our dear mother, from the depth of our heart, we thank you so much for your initiative.
I'm pleased to be back home today to flag up the Youth Education Empowerment Program here. It is now time to explore viable alternatives to get our education working. We must go digital. It is in this regard that the Future Assured Yield program is deploying this e-learning technique for training the out-of-school young people who have attempted but failed to pass the certificate examination. I urge you students to see this project beyond the support to pass examination, but an opportunity to add value to yourself, your families, and the larger society.
We are at the workshop for the training of the trainer, and we're training our teachers on how to use e-learning effectively. We believe with e-learning, the teaching will be less hectic for the teacher, and the learning will be more interesting for the students. And I'm sure with what we are doing, the students will actually pass the external examination.
It has about 80 textbooks. The books are organized in weeks and in terms. We have applications there for physics, we have for chemistry, we have for biology. You can also use your hands to move it on the screen, to turn it once from one side to the other.
So are we all here? Yes. So use your hand to turn it the way you want.
This is an opportunity being given to us by the First Lady that really make us to really operate our educational activity in field of modern education with the help of this e-learning, experience.
This is a very, very wonderful tool to help me as a science teacher, chemistry, to be able to pass my message very clearly to the students. While it was going on, I just recall in one of the schools I taught, I taught the students on how violent it is when sodium is added into water, sodium metal, and the child tried to do that practically. Fortunately, he was not injured, but the laboratory where he tried to do that experiment practically, the building cracked because it was actually very, very violent. But with this tablet, you can still do the same thing with no destruction, no danger. Okay, you can only see the violent reaction occurring without you being injured. They can visualize it, okay, what I say. They're trying to draw the atom on the board and label all of those and shoot. They're able to see it, and so they do not have any problem with it at all.
It has availed the teachers an opportunity to even learn more what to teach the students and how best to use this teaching aid. As you can see, the tabs have been given out to all teachers.
It even made me to, sit up again and to have more, not only to have the theory aspect of it, but whatever I want, I will have able to see it in the more pictorial way, even to have opportunity to improve, to increase the size, and to turn it 360 degrees to have a look of it. Yeah, it's going to help a lot to me, and it's also going to help to ease our work.
I personally have learned a lot, and I know it will also go same way with the students.
The caliber of people I met handling, the teaching activities are quite, people that are educationally equipped, which make the program to go on smoothly.
So is there any possibility that we can print e-resources from this tablet, either via the Wi-Fi or direct connections to the printer?
You can print it. It's very simple. It's not only limited to maybe you must have it in the tablet.
I just want to say the First Lady is actually a mother. The vision she has to make people's future better is a good one.
To thank Her Excellency and to ask her to sustain this program so that many who are roaming the streets will be captured and they will be given a direction in their lives.
maternal death recorded globally or in developing countries, and we know Nigeria will belong to that. And this means that 830 women die each day as a result of preventable complications related to pregnancy and childbirth. So we can see the rates and the issues that surround those complications. So women in less developed countries or communities, let's take for instance Nigeria, on average, many more pregnancies than women in developed countries. And their lifetime risk of death due to pregnancy is higher. Compare women in the developing countries or communities, or let's say in rural areas, compared to those that are advanced.
Let's go into our kids, please. Let's go to page 9. Where we have this. It is a responsibility of you, the technical person, to our excellency, and to drive this process. Picking each of these objectives and the activities under this objective based on the timeline that you have agreed when you were developing the work plan. Who is to do what? Give an example. Tessie has the responsibility now to conduct this dissemination. So, number one thing you need to go back and do now is to do a kind of a review meeting. Based on that, particularly for those of us, let me use Abia again. It was part of us from the beginning. There are other members that are joining the team now. Look at the work plan, look at it. Thank God the kit is out. Do a kind of a refresher training. Look at the plan they have done. Is those indicators still existing?
We are here for the dissemination exercise on the advocacy kit for the first ladies of the Federation. The facilitators were excellent. They had a good understanding of what the messages they were trying to portray to the participants. They were extremely engaging, and the entire process opened our eyes to so many areas that we hadn't initially, or maybe might not have explored, coming from the different states that we're coming to.
Medical outreach to LGY, local government, to go and create for, or to go and distribute mama kits. When did it take place? What LGA, what location, what LGA, what type of activity, health screening, awareness creation, medical outreach, participants, who were targets? Was it everybody? Was it women? Was it adolescents? Was it children? Objective, why did we go to that place? Then activity description, what exactly did it? Then how specific in numbers, we saw 50. Sometimes you might not get the accurate data. I remember we went somewhere, we were trying to register them, we were walking up and down, but we had an estimate at least. Then your outcomes, challenges and recommendations. A report is not complete without this. There's no perfect activity, there's no perfect project. There's always something that you will see that went wrong. So you need to document it honestly. Then recommendations. What do you recommend for the organization moving forward? Then you have end of project reports. If let's say there was a project that you are doing, big project, and you've done activity reports within that project, you've done monthly reports, annual, at the end of that project, you have to do an end of project report and give to your funders and also keep for yourselves.
If you finish all this beautiful plan and Her Excellency doesn't do anything, well done, 0.
Have been able to discover new strategies and new applications that I can use to encourage my principal, my first lady, to step up her advocacy on the RMNCH and N.
We've learned a lot from this presentation because it has built our capacity to be able to drive the reproductive, maternal, child, and adolescent health plus nutrition program. We now understand how to support our first ladies of the state to drive the process at the state level and at the LGA levels.
This is an eye-opener. It's an experience for me to go home and feed Her Excellency, to call all the 13 local government wife of the chairman, 13 local government chairman's wife, as well our 24 or 26 House of Assembly members' wife. Put them in round table, discuss with the resource people, tell them the danger involved and what Mrs. Aisha Buhari, the wife of the president, is all about. She's embarking on.
The information I've gathered so far from this workshop, I will take it back to Her Excellency, the founder of the NGO Mediatrix, and we will as well embark on advocacy to the 18 local governments we have in Cross River State, touching the PACs and also selling it out to other development partners.
I feel equipped to go back and advise Her Excellency accordingly. In Plateau State, we would look towards re-strategizing our plans, which we did in 2018, and see how we would ensure that RMN, CAH plus N issues in Plateau State are trashed out.
So as we go back, we'll liaison with the local governments and the women organizations and the groups. Then it will help us further move the initiative of the First Lady of Imo State, which is empowering the woman, the girl child, and also we'll liaison with the Ministry of Health and find out the best way to implement this agenda for the First Lady.
The toolkit was adequately explained to us, and when we go back, we'll be able to make a summary report and be focused on the interventions that Her Excellency in my state will be able to implement for the benefit of the women, children, and other people of Borno State.
And I have so much tools to work with. Going back to Ekiti, I'll be advocating left, right, and center.
When we go back to Katsina, I will see that the Nguafa of Katsina State Governor will know what we would hear. And inshallah, everything and rate of maternal mortality will reduce, inshallah, in Katsina State.
Her Excellency Dr. Hajia Aisha Buhari has deemed it fit that whatever she's doing shouldn't just stop at the federal level. And so she's taxing us to ensure it replicates itself at the state. And that's why this workshop was put together.
So we really appreciate the effort of the wife of the president and the foundation for setting up this initiative.
State has one of the highest burdens of childhood malnutrition, partly due to its large population. Food and nutritional security are the foundations of a decent life, a sound education, and are crucial to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. We must work together. We must be more coordinated. We must insist on results and accountabilities from our government and from ourselves.
There are 3 types of undernutrition. These are acute malnutrition, chronic malnutrition, and micronutrient malnutrition. For the acute malnutrition, this has to do with rapid loss of weight due to illness or inadequate consumption of food or nutritional edema. While the chronic malnutrition has to do with inhibited growth in weight or in height, and cognitive development caused by poor nutrition over a period of time. Now, why do we have to invest in nutrition? Why invest in nutrition? Improving nutrition contributes to productivity, economic development, and poverty reduction.
I'm going to talk about alternative sources of funding, which oftentimes we call innovative financing for nutrition. Some of them are innovative, some we're doing, so it's not so new. We have something called the mobile money tax. The mobile money tax is this idea that everybody uses a phone. No matter how poor a Nigerian is, they are on what they call social media now. I notice that even when they can't type, they will do voice message. They will contribute. There's a way we can work with the telecommunications. So even if they don't want to do corporate social responsibility, we can work with them that 1% of either a text or a message that you get, you can actually donate that to the Nutrition Basket Fund. That is an idea.
The sachet contains 100 gram, which is 482 equivalent to of energy, kilocal energy. This is the dosage guide for the action meal. 0 to 6 months, not suitable for action meal. From 6 months to 1 year, was less than 12.5 cm work, half sachet per day. 1 to 2 years.
I came for this stakeholders meeting on nutrition organized by Aisha Buhari Foundation in Kano State, and we came as part of the invited stakeholders. We discussed on the issue of nutrition in the state and in the country at large. From the MDAs, we advocated that they should make sure the budget in the document is not just an allocation, but there should be a release and cash backing. So we'll continue with the advocacy and make sure at the end this problem of malnutrition has reduced in Kano State.
I was thinking that it's only the State Committee of Food and Nutrition that is working on this. Then I saw new faces, and then I was beginning to say, oh, we have more stakeholders to bring on board so that we can do this advocacy together to eradicate the menace of malnutrition in the state.
It was very wonderful, educative and interactive, whereby all the participants are contributing immensely towards the success of prevention as well as treatment for malnutrition children in Kano State.
It brought in a number of practitioners in the nutrition field from different sectors. The beauty of it is that you had people from diverse areas, from economic planning, from budget, from finance, the NGO space, as well as international organizations, and all to talk about planning and budgeting for nutrition in Kano State. So there was a high level of engagement in terms of the causes, and also to look at the areas of bottlenecks. What are the key things that we need to do? There's high political will by the state government in terms of the amount of money that's been budgeted for nutrition activities, the multi-sectoral plan. But the challenge is making sure that that amount, all that money is released. Secondly, is the fact that it covers a whole range of areas, both nutrition sensitive and nutrition specific, which is very good. I'm sure that Kano State will be well on the way to reducing the malnutrition rates.
Aisha Buhari Foundation is doing well towards nutrition.
We all want the best for our children, particularly those of us parents that have strived so hard to teach them the right way to behave and sacrifice so much personally to ensure they turn out to be morally sound, upstanding young men and women we can be proud of. Then life happens, and the ways in which we react can make a bad situation much, much worse. She is going away with a boyfriend for the weekend and will not be on campus. She begs her brother to cover for her in case her mother tries to reach her during the weekend. Tokwe agrees, but asks Tolani to be careful and not to let her moves come back to bite them. Mayowa comes out onto the front terrace, surprised to see her children still talking. She hurries them along. Weeks later, Mayowa comes home and is surprised but pleased to see Tolani is home. She worries as her daughter suffers from sickle cell anemia, even though over the years she has carefully and sensibly managed to keep her episodes at bay. What are you doing at home? Are you okay? Are you sick? What is wrong, my dear?
Another crisis.
No. She can see from Tolani's reaction that this has nothing to do with her sickle cell anemia. Abi, did you feel a course or something? She asks. Talk, no. I missed my period. And so? And then the significance of the words and Tolani's behavior sink in, and Mayowa's life shatters. She is beside herself. Hey, the shame. What has this child done to her? Oh God, this child has killed me, oh. What have I done to deserve this? Hey, Jesus, I sent you to school to read. I am finished. You have delivered me to the hands of your father's people. A shameful girl in a shameful situation. A disgrace of a child. This is woe. She immediately decides to withdraw Tolani from university and keep her at home and out of sight. The horror she feels at the thought of anyone seeing her daughter at hospital pregnant drives Mayowa to keep Tolani at home without attending one single antenatal class. This is a very dangerous thing for an average person, let alone for someone suffering from sickle cell anemia.
For every 100, about 8 of them will die. That is close to 10%. It could be you and I, it could be my sister, my auntie, my wife, it can be anybody. There is no destiny that it is you that's going to die in childbirth.
Tokpe is home to speak to his mother, begging for his sister to be supported. He reminds his mother that his sister needs to be very carefully monitored given her pre-existing health issues. That should be our priority now, he says. Tolani comes in to join them. She is complaining about weakness and not feeling well. Mayowa and Tokwe are very concerned. Suddenly, Tolani begins to convulse and they jump up to her aid and rush her off to hospital. Tolani and her baby do not make it. What a preventable waste of 2 lives. Tolani and her baby did not have to die. What does it say about us as a society when things like this keep happening? What could be more important in this instance than the life of the mother and her baby? It is very important to register your pregnancy and attend antenatal care. Antenatal care will provide essential information required for the management of your health during pregnancy, especially when you have pre-existing health issues such as Tolani had. It cannot be said enough that your life and that of your baby is priority over any other thing. My name is Elvina Ibru, and this message is brought to you by the Future Assured program of the Aisha Buhari Foundation.
is the network service of the NTA.